It's classic, though, isn't it? The successful wife. The husband feels like his manhood is threatened. So he acts out. Girlfriend, I guess. Makes him feel more like a man. Sometimes I'm not sure I know how to do that. You're not actually taking the rap for any of this, are you? He is the one doing something wrong. Monogamish is not what I'm after. I'm taking a sec. And I'm hoping that it's just a horrible lapse in judgment and not, like, love. And once he moves through this, we will eventually be able to be okay, again. What do you think about that? Clearly you don't think that's a possible thing. It would be unusual. I get that. I get not everybody could do that. But everybody's not us. I have faith in us. Because I believe he still loves me. And, we've been going through so much that. God, I wish your expressions weren't so transparent. Some couples do survive these things, I googled it. Staying together after the affair. And a lot of couples, a lot stay together. And anyway, there is something to be said about moving through it. And focusing on us and not on the affair. I don't want to give up on him. I know him and I know he knows better. But I am only human. And I am so mad at him. So much has happened to us so fast. I think part of me was even expecting this. Like, he was the more successful one. When we started out, he was a rising star. And he bowed out so that I could do this. It was all his idea. I'm sure that's why I'm even considering this whole CEO thing. Thinking maybe someone else coming in will help me get my life back on track. And be who you are without having to accept that your husband is having an affair as some kind of payback. And I'm not so sure I'd be so forgiving. I am not so forgiving. I'm saying that I could potentially be forgiving. But don't think that I don't feel what's going on here. It's crushing. And when I think of Paige. Also, if we got divorced, he'd remarry. Maybe not to this girl, but someone. And we both know I'm not easy. So I could be, single forever. Which means that. Forgive me, but this does keep me up. In the middle of the night. That I don't want to be buried alone. Paige'll be with her husband. And Matt'll be with his new family. And I will be buried with strangers. I will buried in the strangers singles section of the cemetery. Not that is a reason to stay together. But it's just, a scary sidebar. Let's take that one off your plate right now. You can be buried with me and Molly. I happen to have space, okay? And to think I didn't even want to hire you. The one time I don't have my hanky. Just for a few minutes? Even though the planned merger has. And I was meant for you. Nature patterned you, and when she was done. You were all the sweet things. Rolled up in one. You're like a plaintive melody. That never lets me free. For I'm content. The angels must have sent you. And they meant you just for me. So did we like him? He said all the right things. He said that no one knows about the fit like me. That he doesn't want to remove the soul of the company. He said that he doesn't have a plan. He wants to watch us and see what works. He was polite and respectful and super smart. And I hired him. You did it right in the room? He told me to sleep on it and that we'd talk tomorrow. But I said the job was his. We shook hands on it. If we disagree, he's the tiebreaker? You smell minty. I just made mint tea. I offered him the job. And you're okay with it? I think it'll be good for us. Do we have any, real booze? Like vodka or something? Did good for us mean about the fit or us? I figure if someone else can call some of the shots at work, then maybe we can get back to where we were 18 months ago. They say you can't put a genie back in the bottle. But we can try, right? You live here? Ben's been putting me up until I can find a place. Oh, should I let him know that you're here? I'll ring. I'm just on my way to work. Ben's right in here. I'll let you two talk. You and Fiona, huh? Who knew? She's a great gal. She surprised me last night. She brought over dinner. It's brand new. So I was ready kinda early this morning. Since about 4 o'clock. And Matt and Paige left an hour ago for a field trip. So I thought I'd come by. I hope that's okay. I just wanted to say. I slept on it. I haven't called Townsend yet, but I still feel like it's the right thing to do. I didn't sleep so well myself. Over this? You remember the day I drove you to the warehouse? You were giving me the wrong directions and all that? I stood in the back. And I watched you show the workers how to fold and box the clothes. I knew then that was why ATF was a success. No one else is ever gonna have that kind of commitment to your company, Jules. To me, it's pretty simple. About the fit needs you. And if you don't mind me saying, someone may come in with more experience than you. But they're never gonna know what you know. I never had anything like this in my life. Not many people do. This big, beautiful, exciting thing that you created. It's a dream, isn't it? And you're gonna give that up. In the hopes that your husband will stop having an affair? I don't see how that adds up. You should feel nothing but great about what you've done. And I'd hate to see you let anyone take that away from you. I guess you came over here because you wanted to hear some of this. And maybe also because you're I was gonna say intern best friend. But there's no need to get all sentimental about it. Even though we could potentially be buried together. Can't get closer than that. It's moments like this when you need someone you know you can count on. I like your house so much, by the way. Welcome back, you two. Jules, I have something cool to show you. Do you remember taking a customer service call? About a bride whose bridesmaids' dresses showed up in gray. And we had the vendor remake them overnight. And put them on a plane? Check this out. The silk chiffon Antoinette dress. Oh, and these just arrived from Mark Townsend. Give me Townsend's number, will you? Do we need that many? I hope I'm not too late. Don't do this for me, Jules, please. Just do what feels right for you. I want to continue running my company, Matt. You gotta know that. Then do it. I don't want you to be unhappy. I'm already unhappy. I need to tell you something. Just tell me, is it almost over? I don't know how much longer I can. I can't tell you how sorry and ashamed I am. I thought I could do it. I thought I could be the guy that I told you I was going to be. And then somewhere along the way, I thought I was losing you. But it was actually me. It's a confusing world out there. And who I am got messed up for a minute. And now I'm watching you. Ready to give all this up for me. I will not let that happen. I will do so much better if you'll let me. Let me make it right again. You know what would be good? If you carried a handkerchief. Have you called Townsend yet? Because if I've ever met anyone who doesn't need a boss, that was you. I was just about to call him and tell him I changed my mind. I mean, we're good here. We're gonna make it. I'm gonna make sure we make it. I'm not sure. He said he was taking the day off. Do you know where Ben is? I'm so sorry to interrupt. Extend your left arm, Jules. Left knee up. Breathe and relax for inner balance. Am I doing it right? Almost. Got something good to tell you. Great. Tell me when we're done. Breathe deeply.